Hey guys, welcome back. Remember some of the videos I talked about shooting glass and how troublesome it can be with reflections and how to light it? Well, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to shoot some glassware on white. So let's go check it out. Here's our test subject. We have a beautiful margarita glass and a nice martini glass. Those will be their subjects that we're going to use for this tutorial. First off though, we're going to talk about light. Now for me, as you can see, you've got a bit of a haloing on back here. What I'm using is an Alien B B800 light, and that's just the modeling light that you're seeing giving that halo effect. But that'll prove the point wonderfully for this video. Okay, with light, you want a small light source. Why? Because glass is curved, which makes like a wide angled lens, so it takes a lot of your background in. The larger your light source, the more the light wraps around the glass and you start losing definition on your edges. The smaller your light source, you'll see you get a bit of black trimming on the edge of the glass and around the rim, which makes it look beautiful. So you typically want a smaller light source. You can use a softbox, you can use a strip box, you can bounce a light like I'm doing, or you can shoot the light through a diffuser to it. It'll all work equally as well. Now, if you don't have studio lighting, you can use natural light, but you're going to have to move up to the window and block out quite a bit of that window light to create that smaller light source, and it'll work just fine. Okay, that's about it for the lighting part. Glass does not like to be lit from the front. It needs to be lit from behind, or at least coming through on a bit of an angle. It looks very flat and ugly if you light from the front. So that's why lighting's always coming in from the back. Now, the surface you shoot on, ideally you like a reflection with it, so you're going to be shooting on plexiglass, white or black, whatever mood you're setting for your image. Now, if you're wondering what I'm shooting on white foam core, no reflection. But let me show you a cool trick if you don't have plexiglass on how you can create a reflection look very easily. If I just simply take this glass, invert it upside down, stand that one on top, and look at that. I now have a glass with a reflection like that. So that works really good if you don't have any plexiglass. This look works out just as well. And you can see these are two different glasses. One's a margarita, one's a martini, but the base sizes are the same, and that's what matters. If you've got two, and like from some of the other videos I've said, with food photography you need to buy more than one. Well, this is an occasion where it'll benefit you in doing such. But these two oddballs have the same size base. Stack one on top of the other. Great little illusion trick when you don't have plexiglass. Works good in a pinch. Okay, now we've talked about the light bouncing through the back, and we've talked about how we can fake the reflection look, and we've talked about the surfaces. Now we need to talk about the glass and that itself. And the one thing that you want to do is be aware of three things. One, the imperfection within the glass. Two is the light needs to be centered so your black edging is even on both sides, right? Because if it's not symmetrical, it doesn't look quite as pleasing. And the third thing is the width of the black edging on the side of the glass. All right, now we're going to talk about those three, and we're going to have a closer look at the glass so you can see exactly what I mean. There's a closer look at the martini glass. Now, there's the black edging that I've been referring to. The further your light is away from your subject, the bigger and the wider that black edge becomes. The closer your light is to it, the narrower that becomes. I prefer the narrow look like that, where the light is closer to it. So you can see how that black changes depending on where it is from the light source. Now, also look at this part here on your glass and look at glass imperfections. Do you see any as I rotate? Look at how that changes. See how the glass is changing just in the top? That's all I'm focusing on right now. And you can see how that changes, especially between there and there, because the light gets caught in the imperfections and the way that it bounces around. To me, that looks pretty good right there. That's what I'm talking about. Now, when I'm talking about the symmetry, see how I've got this amount of black on this side And I have the same amount on the other side. If you off shift from your light, see how I've got more black on this side than I do on this side. It's not symmetrical. Now, as I said, you could cut it in Photoshop right down the center, flip and rotate, but ideally you want to make sure your light is in the center, because if you're off center, see there, going the other way, that's something to be aware of. You need your subject and the light as centered as you can possibly get it to make for perfect symmetry. So those are the three things: your quality of glass, your imperfections, the thickness of your black, and your centering for symmetry. That's it. One other thing, your rim. The light, white light around, the rest is black, creates all your shadowing around. The top rim can tend to disappear. It can be quite easily fixed in post, either by copying and then going to darken or to multiply in your layer setting, and you can correct that out. But just be aware of that you might blow that out, and that's something you have to be very careful of. And that's one reason why we don't light glass from above, because you will totally blow that top rim right off the light, off the glass, sorry. So be aware of that. All right, so that's it for this one. Glass is lit from behind, not from the front, and look how beautiful the glass has turned out. So, all right, that's it for this one. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're aware when I post new videos. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. So, until the next time.